Hello, 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 hello. It's me again. Yes, I know. Coming across these digital streetways to be able to connect with you. How are you? Welcome in, welcome in. It's your girl, Sane Bate Mitchell, and I am welcoming you in to Video Cliff Notes for Entrepreneurs. Yes, Sane Bate Mitchell, also known as Savvy Sane in these digital streets, and I kiss entrepreneurs' problems away. Yes, I keep it savagely savvy and simple so that you can rock your tech and rock your biz with confidence. And I'm bringing you video cliff notes for entrepreneurs because we need to have access to be able to tap into resources, information, tools, tips, strategies to be able to be really get unstuck and be unleashed. And so many of us, we get stuck, right? We get stuck in life. We get stuck trying to figure things out. We get stuck, wanting to pursue our purpose. We get stuck trying to launch businesses. We get stuck in a business we already started, not knowing how to grow it. It's so many different ways that we get stuck. So, of course, this is video cliff notes for entrepreneurs. I'm so glad you're jumping in. Hello, hello, hello. I see you here. King and okay, Anonymous, you're here. Welcome in, welcome in. So today, what we've been covering is reviewing the book called The One Thing by Gary Keller. Okay, so we've been reviewing this book. Guess what? You don't got to read. Guess who's reading? This girl right here. So I'm reading the book. I'm learning the different tips and the tools and the strategies. Then I come here and I share with you the takeaways. So you're actually reading the book without having to read the book. Isn't that good? So yes, it is a good book. If you, honestly, I'll tell y'all, get the book. You can download it. You can get the audio version. Whatever it works for you, even to just listen to it over and over again. Sometimes we just need to hear about how something is working for somebody else, right? And we can see if it applies to us. It may not work for you, and that's fine. It is for the right person, right? That is looking for a solution to get unstuck, keep moving forward, and be able to really reach their goals that they want and get the results out of life that they want. So I'm so happy that you all are here and that, oh, thank you so much. Oh, you shared my life. I appreciate you, Anonymous. That's so sweet. Thank you for sharing my life. But yes, this is for you all, for us to really connect. So if you have a business, if you have a hobby, drop your hobby. What is it that you are pursuing right now in life? Is it something that you're thinking about or is something that you already launched? Yes, drop it into the chat because this is how we connect, right? Especially we're small business owners. Some of y'all are out here are creators. Some of y'all are just career professionals, right? You're trying to be able to grow in your business or grow in life in general. And so this is what it is about. So we're talking about the book called The One Thing by Gary Keller. And we are actually on chapter 17, y'all. So if you are just joining, you may have to go back and watch the lives. I am going live right now on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok. Did I say Instagram? It's 5 places. So you may have to go back and watch some of the replays if you want to hear about what happened in the last 16 chapters. So we're almost at the end. I'm so grateful that you all have been here along this journey. And even if it's just one person, guess what? I can talk to myself and teach myself. I'm so glad you're here to join on. So anyway, let's jump on in because I try not to stay long because guess what? We got work to do. We have to focus on that one thing in our life that is the most meaningful thing that we need to work towards. And so We've been talking about that this whole way, through chapters up to 16. Chapter 17 today is about the four thieves of productivity. What comes in and actually tries to steal our productivity, right? Thank you so much. Who is that? I love Alyssa. Thank you, Alyssa. I appreciate you. Um, and so that's what we're focusing on is really how do we stay focused, y'all? So many things in life distract us, right? Or we're trying to live up to measures that, especially digital life, tries to create, right? We're on all these different channels and we're comparing ourselves. The thing is, you are uniquely created to be you and only you. And so I've been trying to tell people, yeah, become you to be you. What does that mean? That means it takes development, right? We are consistently learning things new every day. Even our environments dictate where we're going and what we're actually going to, how we're going to end up. So we have to be really strategic sometimes about our environments, our people, and honestly, that's what chapter 17 is even all about that. So the four things of productivity are number one, the inability to say no. And I don't know how many of you all are, you might be an empath, right? You may be where, you're not comfortable around people, right? You might be introverts. I know I can be somewhat introverted as well. And this is a challenge for me too, to be out here, you know, on lives. I'm a person that was behind the scenes. I'm a techie. So of course I felt comfortable just helping people behind the scenes. But you know what? There's some things that we have. We have each have a gift, we have a talent, we have a skill. And the only way that we can actually help one another and let people know what we do have is we have to get out here and tell people. So that's what I want to be able to share with you all today is so we're going over the four thieves of productivity. Number one, the inability to say no. We got to learn how to say no sometimes, right? Why? Because that is on the other side of our yes. What we actually say yes to, they said we all, there's a saying out there that says you must defend in times of your yes by almost 1,000 no's. So when you say yes to something, you're actually now also saying no to a lot of other things. Because when you say yes, now you're focused on that one thing you're saying yes to. And you have to now get rid of, like, you're going to have to box, y'all. You're going to have to box it up, knock some stuff out, right? And to get rid of all those distractions that's going to come. Sometimes when you focus, you're going to have to tell your friends, listen, I can't go out with you this weekend. Matter of fact, I might not be able to go out with you for about 4 to 8 weekends, y'all, until I get this done. Like, that's how super laser focused we got to be. Okay? So that is where how we have to have that, get rid of that inability to say no, because we have to say yes. We have to say yes to the goals, yes to those dreams, and yes to the results that we want. Like even for me, y'all see, I'm a fluffy girl, right? And there's nothing wrong. I won't say, to be fluffy, right? So you always have to be. I've always, been confident. So that's not the case. But as far as health, it will be better for me if I can focus on my health and get my weight down. I'm just being transparent. I'm keeping it all the way real, right? We can be on the movement of the fluffy girl movement, but at the end of the day, it goes back to what's my overall health, right? And so that makes me, or what that means is I have to say no to things. No to no more sugar, no more treats, no more soda, right? To keep it real and be able to focus on my goal to be able to get my health in order. And so we'll talk about all of that a little bit later. But the first thing is that inability to say no, we got to get rid of. No, and we have to be able to protect our yes, right? And protect our yes means to have those say no, or be able to say no to any distractions that comes our way. All right. And so we have to be able to understand that how much value that holds. For us to say no is very powerful because it gets us closer to that yes. And they even kind of share in the book that Steve Jobs, he went small. He went so small to focus on his vision, right? And he was actually more proud of the things that he did not pursue more than the things he actually pursued, because that actually brought him to his success. You're still here. I'm so glad you're still here. Thank you. And so don't forget, tap the screen, show some love. Let other people know we are here and we're having this discussion. This is a discussion, you all. So so it's so important for us to be able to have that power to say no to things, right? So that we can say yes to that one thing. Remember, the book is about the one thing. Saying yes to the one thing that we have to be able to focus on, and focus on that goal. And it may feel uncomfortable at times, especially for some of us who've been so used to like caring about other people, right? It is hard sometimes for us to tell someone no, especially someone that we care about. Or sometimes it might just be fun. I'm like, I don't want to miss out on the fun. But the most important part, like I said, is to say the no and start to feel comfortable. So you might mess up sometimes. Sometimes when you're supposed to say no, you might mess up and say yes. But it takes practice. It's a habit like everything else. So don't beat yourself up. Okay? Remember, supposed to beat up the nose. Don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up, but keep practicing trying to say no to the things that are distracting you. And you may have to figure out your own way how to say no, because it may feel really, really strange, right? Because you haven't done it for yourself. And so you may have to redirect people when they come in and they distract you, and say, listen, why don't you go ask this person, maybe they can help you, even if it's something, at work. Maybe you're rerouting, you're redirecting, right? Or you may ask them a question, have them kind of answer their own selves, right? So they can find their own answer instead of you always being there. And so some of the other tips that you can do, especially if you are an entrepreneur, right, is sometimes we may have to really sit down and focus on how can we protect our time, right? And how can we protect our yes? And it's by providing the answers already done, meaning creating an SOP, standard operating procedures, writing up pre-written scripts, having frequently asked questions already prepared. You may have to record instructions. Video instructions are ultimate, like the best thing right now, right? Because that's where most people are watching. They're watching videos. Some people may even do just audio, but having things that are pre-recorded. Also, posting information. So if you have a business and it's something that people consistently keep asking you, instead of you having to answer each individual person, maybe that's something you have to just post on a regular basis. Put it in your stories, post it on your as a daily post, right? Another thing is to provide a checklist. A checklist, you can actually just email it out to people. So that's another way how you're saving your time to be able to focus, right? Also having pre-scheduled training classes. And talking about pre-scheduled training classes, I'm getting ready to pre-schedule a training class on social media clone wars. Y'all like that? Yeah, I kind of borrowed a little bit, if y'all know a little bit about what's Star Wars, right? But so many people I've been encountering with are getting their accounts either cloned or spammed, right? And so I want to be able to provide people a step-by-step process of what to do, right? How do you alert someone when you've lost control? I feel so bad. Just recently, I read an email. A young lady who has a business. She lost her whole account. 10,000 people. Can you imagine it? All the work that you did to build up 10,000 people as far as your following, and you lose it all because someone either took over your account and cloned it, or you just got locked out of it. And in her situation, she got locked out of her account because she didn't update it, right? And there's the thing, with the two-step verification. Sometimes we set up these Facebook account, Instagram accounts, TikTok accounts years ago, and we connected them to emails that we no longer are connected to, right? We don't have the passwords anymore. We forgot them. And so it's so important for us now to go in and update our information in our current platform so that we don't lose access to the things and the valuable things. Think about all the content, all the pictures. You may never have or you don't have another way that you backed up your pictures. So you lost everything. And so I don't want anybody to experience that. So I'm going to hold a pre-scheduled class, right? So y'all stay tuned for that. Social media clone wars is about to be presented. So stay connected for that. All right. So those were some of the tips that we can do to be able to save our time. And the next thing is to be able, by having or protecting our yes, and by saying no. Also, it allows us to be able to gain freedom and flexibility in our life. Who don't want more freedom and more flexibility? I mean, I could definitely use both. I hope you can too. And so, also, if you're joining in now, I was sharing with everyone, drop where you're from, your city, your state, drop your business, because you never know who's coming in and out. People watch replays. We never know who we can connect with. But yeah, so definitely talking about time. We already know time is finite, right? We can't get it back. That's it. So we need to be able to protect it. Our second thief of productivity is fear of chaos. And when I heard them say that in the book, I was like, how is fear of chaos? How does that play in? So if you're thinking about the same thing, so fear of chaos means like when you may have disorder, disarray, you may have clutter, right? The thing is, we can easily get distracted by focusing on that. Unfortunately, the consequence with focusing in on one thing is there will actually be chaos. It's like something that just will happen. So we have to now expect that there will be some form, some level of chaos that will come in. Hi. And so that's what we have to really, really focus on. And so that also means that we may have some other stuff that gets unfinished, and that feels uncomfortable, right? Because we're like, oh my gosh, I need to finish this. But if we really are focusing in on that one thing, we can't really direct that time that we have slotted off and that focus to look at something else, even if it isn't finished. And so that's where they said we have that anxiety that builds up, and it's that fear of chaos, that things are not done or things are getting unfinished, right? So they may say, hey, because you're so focused on this one thing that you're designating all your time, hey, your desk might get a little cluttered. Your laundry, like I forgot I didn't move some laundry behind me, but so it's like, you may not finish something. See, the laundry didn't get finished and it didn't get put away, right? Because I had to be here. And so those are the things that causes that anxiety to come up. We get that fear, that chaos. We feel like we got to stop and not keep going to be able to do up or show up where we're supposed to show up. Even sometimes where the chaos may be that you have responsibilities. You might be a single parent. You might just be a parent that just got a lot of stuff to do. You may be a caretaker, right, of a loved one. And so the thing is, it's like, well, I don't have any alone time. How can I focus on my one thing? Well, they said, listen, there's no excuses. You may have to actually include that person with you, even if it's your children right there, and still focus on your one thing. Maybe put them on their tablet, have them learn a lesson while you're over, working on your stuff. Wear earphones so that you're not distracted during that time, but at least they're there with you. Even if you're a caretaker of a loved one, you might be there, and maybe you want to ask them questions and make them a part of the process of the one thing that you're working on. So it's all different ways that we can be able to include, within those things that may feel chaotic that you don't have complete control over. The thing is, you have to find a way or you have to make one. So that's it on the fear of chaos, right? Every single person is going to have a different situation, but you're going to have to figure out how to lock in on that time, your time blocks that you created, and not let anything distract you or cause you to fear out of that focus of getting it done during that time. All right. Our next one is poor health habits, y'all. And I kind of already touched on that, right? poor health poor health habits is something on really two different levels. Number one is our overall health, yes, but it also is about energy. Like for me, I feed off of energy, right? And I have to always be in a good, strong environment that's going to feed my energy, especially with joy, with peace, right? And if we're not in the right type of environment, even a physical environment, then we get distracted. That's another thief that comes in, right? To steal our productivity and gets us off key. So specifically though, like with your health, is we don't want to do things such as miss meals, right? Stay up too late, ignore exercise. Yeah, I'm talking to myself really. Sane, you need to eat when you're supposed to eat and eat what you're supposed to eat, right food. I'm talking, y'all talk to yourself too. It's okay, all right? It's an environment. It's okay to talk to yourself here, okay? So you're going to eat right, Sane? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. You're going to not stay up so late, Sane. Okay, I'm going to work on that. And you're going to start exercising or going for a walk or going to the gym and getting in the little water aerobics. Okay, Sane? Okay. All right. Did y'all talk to yourself? I hope y'all was talking to yourself too, because this is what we have to do. Hey, Christy. And so, definitely thank you for coming in, Christy. Drop your city, your state. Drop your name of your business, because we never know who we're going to connect with. I have some awesome power women over here. I'm over here in, this is my Instagram. I'm over here on TikTok. I got my LinkedIn. I got my YouTube, my Facebook going. So we never know how we're going to intermingle and connect with everybody. Okay, Houston, Texas. All right, Alpharetta, Georgia. I see you, sis. All right, and so, okay, I see Minnesota over here on TikTok. All right. So, yeah, so definitely, y'all, we need to eat right and healthy, right? The thing is, achieving big results requires big energy. Big, y'all. It requires big energy. So we got to have a way that we're being able to rejuvenate, right? And replenish all this energy. And so that's one of the biggest focus is on our having, poor health habits that steals from our productivity when we're not healthy. Yeah, I went through that last year. I was literally in a bed. I couldn't move for 1 month. I couldn't even hold my laptop. I was literally feeling like I was about to go crazy just because I'm so used to moving around. And when you're not able to do that, it really just kind of, it takes you out of your own zone, right? And so that's where it's like, you really got to focus on making sure that you're healthy, so we can be able to focus on that one thing so we can be able to get extraordinary results, right? Okay, and so that means sometimes we have to plan our meals, y'all. That has worked for me. I have to plan my meals sometimes a week out, like the weekend of. I try to meal prep, do my meals, put my meals aside in the freezer, whatever I got to do, so I can just grab and go throughout the week. And so that helps me with my productivity. So I don't know if you all have something that you do for productivity. If not, drop it in the chat. Please share, because this is how we can be able to help each other, be able to solve some of these problems and get productive. And so, definitely what they have a whole little system, right? For us, they said, listen, there's about 5 areas that we got to focus on: spiritual, physical, emotional, mental, and our business energy. All of them are energy. And so the first one is, they said, for spiritual energy, we need to be able to meditate, have that peace time in the morning, be able to pray and start our day off right with the right mindset. Of course, the physical energy is about eating right, exercising, y'all, and going to sleep. Don't be up here on TikTok all night. I'm talking to myself again. Okay. Did y'all talk to yourself too? Don't be on here all night staying up. Okay. We got to get our sleep. And so also, the other one is emotional energy. We have to have hugs. We got to be kissed. We got to laugh. Even if we can't get all three, we get one. Right? Because we have to be able to replenish that emotional energy. And the other one is mental energy. Being able to set goals, set the goal, and actually plan on the calendar. And I'm going to tell y'all, I was always a spontaneous person. I never thought I would be a calendar person, ever. And, I'd be like, oh, that person always got to pull out. They were like, oh, can you go here? Hold on, let me check my calendar. Let me check. Let me check my calendar. I never thought I was gonna be a calendar person, y'all. I'm a calendar person now. I got a calendar. Anyway, I have a calendar. It's so funny because even my parents was like, "Hey, can you teach me something?" And I had both my parents called me at the same time the other day. They was like, "Well, you got to get on her calendar." They was like, "It's a shame I gotta get on my own daughter's calendar for her to teach me something." But listen, y'all, that's how focused I am about reaching my one thing right now. Even my parents gotta get on the calendar, okay? But they can slide sometimes. They know that, but at least they're respecting my boundaries. That's the thing about it. We have to sometimes set up these boundaries, especially if they're new. This one's a new one, right? And of course, it took some opposition. There was some opposition about it. But when you set those boundaries, it protects you and it helps you to what? Be productive. All right. And then the last one is our business energy. Having a time block. If you all didn't catch it, we just covered that. I think it was in chapter 15 or so. It was about time blocking. And so go back and watch the replay if you need to. But creating a block of time that you can actually focus on your one thing. And it should be, if you can fit in 4 hours, that is the ultimate time a day to be able to fit this in. 4 hours, just 4 hours. Out of 24, y'all, only we need 4 hours to focus on it every day. And we can be able to get extraordinary results. Okay? So let's try to focus on, even if you can't start off with 4 hours, if you be like, listen, all I got is 30 minutes. That's 30 minutes that you didn't focus on it before. So let's use the 30 minutes. And if you can, you keep adding on until you can reach the maximum of 4 hours. Hey, if you can go longer, go longer. But that is where you need to focus on, is trying to get at least 4 hours of focused time, no distractions, so you can be productive to work on that one thing that you need to work on to get that extraordinary results. And so by doing this, it helps us to be able to have that energy to be able to start each day off right and have a positive mindset. And it gives us now the positive momentum to keep moving forward. So that's what I wanted to drop on the energy side and on the health side. Now we at our last thief. Our last thief that steals our productivity is, it says, your environment that doesn't support your goals. Now, who want to be in an environment that don't support our goals? We don't have time for that. Not at all, right? So we need an environment that will be able to enhance and be able to provide us that level of support that we need to be able to keep moving forward, right? And have that momentum. And the thing is that that's a really delicate and easy distraction, because usually it's people that we are familiar with and it's environments that we're actually very comfortable with. That's the thing about it. But what happens is that if the people that we are surrounding ourselves with, if they have a bad attitude, guess what? Even if we have the strongest mindset, over time, those little habits that they have, because attitude is one of the most contagious habits. And so if we're around people, guess what? It's gonna start to rub off. Whether we are allowing it willingly, or not, it's going to start to rub off over time. And so that's the only thing with that. You don't want their negativity to be able to rub off on you, especially when you're trying to reach your goal. So you are going to have to figure out how to ignore it and how to get that distraction away. And sometimes it might just mean you spending less and less time with those people, and you putting yourself around other people who have the standards that you are really trying to aspire to be, right? So don't allow even your past Don't allow your past situations or where you think you or people told you came from. Don't let nobody tell you anything about you. Only you can tell you about you. Okay? Remember earlier I told y'all, become you to be you. So that is, as far as your environment, is definitely very, very critical about who you're around, how your environment is set up, right? Because it affects your attitude. It also affects your health, because if they are poor in their health, or not doing the right thing, and you're trying to do the right thing, that's a distraction. I don't know how many times I've had to turn down like going out with friends when I know I'm starting to focus on eating right. Why? Because I know it's going to be an easy distraction. If everybody's out eating some of my favorite stuff because it's your friends, y'all all usually probably go to places that you like to go to, right? And so it's an easy distraction if I go there and I can't stay focused. So sometimes we have to say, remember, it goes back to even the first one, and being able to say no for things that are to be able to protect your yes. And being able to, like I said, surround yourself with people. This is a comment, a quote that Oprah said. She said, "Surround yourself with people that will only lift you higher." That's it. That's all you want. People who are going to lift you higher, right? And you have to be able to be clear on knowing what your boundaries are, what those people, what you can allow around you, and who you allow around you, right? So it's just like saying, okay, if you are trying to lose weight, right? You don't want to put yourself in a store of candy, or sweets or treats and all the goodies and sugars and everything, if that's not going towards what you're trying to reach, right? And so these are all the things that we need to be able to really take control over and be able to aim ourselves towards the success that we're looking for and the results we're looking for. So y'all know I don't like to hold y'all long. It's been a little bit lengthy today, but I'm so glad you were able to join with me. I'm so happy to see you all. Thank you for everyone who came in, who shared, who just, put something into the comments. And all my people who are coming back for the replays, I appreciate you. Also, even though you might not have been here live, don't forget, drop your name and drop your city, your state, your business, so that other people who may come in also will be able to connect with you. All right? So I thank you all so much. I'll see you guys and everybody, ladies, my friends around the world. I will see you all again tomorrow. Again, this is video cliff notes for entrepreneurs, brought to you by Sane Bate Mitchell, also known as Savvy Sane, in these digital streets. Out here kissing my entrepreneurs' problems away, because I keep it savagely savvy and simple so you can rock your tech and rock your biz with confidence. Have a wonderful evening, everyone.